Hey everyone, I'm back, and today we're going to be talking about Mr. Mom, and this movie came out in 1983, starring Michael Keaton, and I thought this movie was good. I thought it was funny. I enjoyed the tone of the film, and this movie is kind of a classic movie, and I'm sure you all know what it is, and I enjoyed it, probably not as much as some other people do, but I thought it was a solid film that delivered on the comedy, and there were some movie references in the film, and they reference Rocky, they reference Jaws, and some other things just with the music. It's clear that it's supposed to be like poking fun at some of these things, and it's fine, and I like the pacing for the movie. I do feel as though this movie doesn't really waste any time. There isn't really a plot to this movie, really. It's kind of just Michael Keaton gets fired and he has to take over his family instead of his wife doing all these things. And it's fun. And it focuses on the things that are funny, and it doesn't have these awkward pauses of like, oh, I wake up in the morning and I don't know what to do. And it kind of just gets right into that. And he gets fired within the first 10 minutes of the movie. And I love that choice. And there's some funny lines of dialogue in the film. And I like the characters. I think they're likable characters for the most part. I do feel as though some of them were a bit unnecessary. Like the one woman who wanted to get with Michael Keaton, I felt it could have been removed. And this isn't really the movie's fault. It's just a me problem. And one of the kids is named Kenny. And I just kept thinking of South Park every time I heard that. I was like, oh gosh, Kenny died. South Park. In terms of cinematography and framing, there's nothing really interesting going on. And overall, I thought it was a kind of bland looking movie because of that. And there were also some audio editing choices that were kind of noticeable, and it felt like it was done in post. But at the very least, in each scene, it felt like the movie was trying to have something new. And there's a point where Michael Keaton is like sitting around at home having nothing to do, and he's just watching soap operas all the time. Like, that was pretty funny. I did like watching the progression of the husband and wife. Like, traditionally it would be the husband's always working all the time, not really seeing his kids. Instead, they like flip it. And the wife is working so much, and she hardly sees her children anymore because of her job, and her boss is terrible, like trying to get with her and is always hitting on her. And yeah, that was something that's going on in this movie. And overall, I did find this movie to be harmless. It's not particularly one where I'm super attached to the story and characters. I'm just enjoying the comedy of the film, which feels like the intent of the film, in my opinion. And that's a good thing. It does what it wants to successfully. And I do enjoy the movie more than I don't. It's not a film that impressed me. It's not a film that showed me something that I haven't seen before, for the most part. But overall, it was solid, and I liked it. And I would recommend that you check it out, because it is one of these comedy films that is good. And I didn't even mention that the movie is written by John Hughes, and that's probably why it was a lot better than it should have been, because I like John Hughes movies. Although this is not directed by John Hughes, I do think that his writing got through and it was successful. So check this movie out whenever you get the chance, and with all that being said, I'm going to give Mr. Mom a 6 out of 10. Thank you for watching my videos. As always, if you enjoyed this review, be sure to leave a like and comment down below you thought of Mr. Mom, and my social media links, they will all be in the description, so follow me there. And last but not least, subscribe to be a part of Foley Nation, and I'll see you when I get my next review up, and that is going to be for The Autopsy of Jane Doe. So look forward to that, but until I get that up, thank you for watching and have a great day.